Hello all my YouTube fans, this is Bingo, the Nande Conure. He was just recently brought into my household and he's now part of our family. And today I just wanted to share a few facts and tips on how to take care of your new aviary companion. So this will be a channel dedicated strictly to Bingo. I have another channel too that's Space Mountaineer Forever, and that's more of my adventures at Disneyland and other exciting new adventures. So if you guys want to check out that channel as well, go ahead and look that up as well and subscribe. But anyways, so yeah, this is Bingo. He is a Nande Conure. I bought him just about 2 days ago at a little store called Birds Love Us. They're located in Whittier, California. And what's really cool about him is his species is mainly found in the areas of Argentina, Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay. So that's pretty cool. And most Nande conures range from about 12 inches, and they're very detailed with lush green, yellow, blue, and red feathers. And one signature thing that makes Nande conures stand out is they have that really dark, vibrant black head, which gives them the nickname the black-hooded parrot. Conures are very loud. They're a loud species of bird because they love to communicate and they love to tell their other friends where they're at and where there's food. So make sure you guys really think hard if you guys are going to get a conure parrot. Some other species that go along the conure family is the most common sun conures, moonbelly conures, green cheek conures, and I think you got the dusky conures, just to name a few. They're very elegant birds. They're very intelligent. They love to be very socializable with their owners, and they definitely need a lot of playtime and a lot of time out of their cage. Because just like any other bird, you wouldn't want to be cooped up in a cage all day. Most bird owners would suggest to have at least about 6 hours or so, or time throughout the day. You could spread it out like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and just interact with your bird. Talk to them, sing to them, whistle to them, and yeah, just make your bird feel loved. For those of you that recently just purchased a bird, or if it's their first few days away from the store, what you want to do is you don't want to interact with the bird right away. You want to get him in his cage and let him get used to his new surrounding. That's going to be key so that he knows that nothing's going to harm him or hurt him. And the number one thing also is if you guys have pets inside your house, you want to be able to make sure that the pets, like dogs or cats, will not be in the room with your bird at the time, because they might pose a threat to them. Birds and dogs don't usually mix, but unless you've quarantined them long enough and slowly introduced them, then they might be okay. And also just make sure that you don't have any dangers inside your room. Basically the terminology for that is conure proof your room. Making sure that there's no injuries that could hurt them, because birds are fragile, and yeah, they could get hurt easily. Sometimes the smallest things you don't think that might hurt us can hurt your little aviary friend in a very serious way. Then you also want to take your bird in for checkups, annual checkups. The veterinarian will, check for his health, see if he has any sicknesses or injuries, because birds like to hide their injuries very, very well. So we might not think that they're sick, but they might actually be sick, and they'll just hide it from us. Now, as you can see, Bingo is kind of like sitting very calmly right now, and it looks like he's trying to get some rest. Birds need, especially conures, they need about 10 to 12 hours of sleep at night. So the best thing to do is to get a towel or some kind of blanket. Nothing too thick or too heavy that it's gonna not give any air quality into the cage. You don't want to suffocate your bird, but also eventually you might want to move into something like that, which is a snuggly hut. Especially during the winter and cold days, you don't want your bird to get cold. And normally you don't want to have your bird be near any windows or drafts, because they could get sick, and it wouldn't be too pleasant. And also, as you can see, I have other birds as well. I have a couple of parakeets in the other page. They might get jealous if you have other birds in your room, because they want to be your friend and they want to socialize with you the most. So there will be some kind of dominancy features that the bird will uphold. So just try to balance out your time with your parrot and your other birds if you have any. Now, the type of foods you want to give to your bird, mainly you want to give them a seed / pellet diet with some occasionally some fruits and vegetables. There are many lists out there on the web these days that tell you what type of foods and what type of fruits to give to your bird that are healthy for them. And as the always key rule is, you want to do it out of portion. You don't want to overfeed your bird with treats and sweets, because that can make them obese. So I'm going to show you just a few kind of treats that I have for my bird. This first one is carnival pretzels. So he hasn't really taken a liking to it yet, but I'm just slowly introducing it to him. And then I also have this mango and cantaloupe fruit treat. I try not to give him too many of these. Most people recommend maybe 1 or 2 treats out of the day. But like any other bird, their favorite treat is going to be what's called millet seed. Now, millet looks something like this. It's very high in fat, so don't try to feed your bird strictly on millet, because that will make them fat. But it looks just like this in a little stalk, and this is a great way of trying to bond with your bird and trying to get that relationship going. Most birds, if not all birds, love millet seed. It's one of their favorite treats. So yeah, that's basically just a few things that birds, and especially conures and parrots and cockatiels and macaws and all those type like. One thing as far as cage setup goes, you want to have, of course, your swing, your perches, some kind of toy for them, but you don't want to overcrowd your cage. Like, you don't want to have it where there's so many toys and that the bird feels like he's compressed in an area, because it just won't make him uncomfortable. It will stress him out, and he will feel like he doesn't want to be in there. So make sure you give the bird a lot of space. And then also you're going to want to get a mineral block for them. And you're going to also want to get toys that they could chew on. Conures are very chewy. They have a very chewy attitude. They like to chew things. Recently I just purchased this new swing here, and he's been chewing that forever, so he likes that toy a lot. And hopefully with this setup that he'll like it for a while. You also want to try to switch out your toys periodically so that your bird doesn't get bored of that toy. Sometimes whether it's moving it around from a certain location gives it the idea to the bird that, oh, it's a new toy, or even though we know it's the same toy, the bird might not know that. So go ahead and switch out toys periodically here and there. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about in this video is the certain types of activities to do with your bird. So but for those of you that are new, like just recently got your bird, like I said, just spend time with them. Don't necessarily try to reach in for the cage or try to touch your bird, because they might feel nervous still, and they might not know your surrounding, and that might scare them and want to nip at you or bite you. Most of the times I tried to touch the cage, he kind of set back a little, and he did nip a couple times. So now I'm just giving him his space. But overall, you want to make sure that you're not, on top of him or over him where he feels like he's in danger. And most importantly, you just want to talk in a nice low voice and say things like, oh, you're a pretty bird, and hello and goodbye. Because eventually, the more you keep saying those words, he'll start to catch on and he'll start talking. Because conures do have the ability to talk. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these little tips and history about the bird. There'll be definitely more videos to come about Bingo. I'm really excited to have him, and I'm hoping that right now he is taking a little siesta, but hopefully in the next few days or weeks to come that he'll be a little more active. I'll start teaching him how to step up, which is getting him to come on my fingers and my hands. And yeah, so hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe to his channel, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.